Welcome to all of y'all. Welcome to the panel members and the viewers on YouTube now and later. I welcome all of y'all on behalf of Shri KVO Stanakwasi Mahajan Sanchalit, Matushri Manibai Shivji Devji Kanya Keroni Fund. This is an organization which has a history of 53 years, and we definitely salute those visionaries which have thought of awarding, recognizing, and excelling those girl students of the KVO into different streams and different fields, supporting them at every level. Through educational guidance in the form of career seminars, day with professionals, wherein students can interact with many different professionals, academic and non-academic, KVO and non-KVO. So that is one of the biggest you can say contribution that this organization makes along with other organizations of the KVO. It also disburses interest-free loan. Finance has always been a challenge in the past and continues to do so even now. So that's also a big support for students at national and international level. I would also like to say that besides the educational loan and the you can say the guidance, which is really immensely useful. It also complies by one more way to reach the objective, and that is by identifying girl students and giving them merit scholarship. These merit scholarships are given under the name of BCSMA, that is the Bhartiben Chimanlal Shivji Merit Award, which has been instituted by the donor family of this organization. I'm sure the family has continued with a great vision. And in that BCSMA, many girl students apply after they achieve the milestone of 10th, 12th, grad, post-grad. And during that process, they are exposed to jury from KVO and non-KVO, a gamut of almost 25, 35 jury members from the academics and the industry, who actually look at their communication skills, their team building skills. So their group activities are assessed. Personal interviews are also taken. So the assessment is made at the personal level too. Besides that, there is a measurable psychometric test, which is an online test. We also have a written SOP where the student is given a topic and they write, which is also very, very unique, and the student is able to express in their own way. All this process, the student meets other KVO girl students from other parts, other fields which they would not have otherwise be exposed to. Also, they are exposed to those jury members who are coming from the very, very top bracket of academics and professionals. So it has been a very, very, you can say a very enriching journey for the students. They also pass through workshops, training workshops, where they are trained to give the interviews, the personal level. They're trained for group building activities and so on. So the training also forms a very important aspect of this BCSMA. And many girl students have been awarded so far. Besides this project, we also have the Prince Merit Award, which has been instituted by Srimati Kalaben Mahendrabhai Cheda, Prince Parivar, which is for those students who have secured admission in prestigious universities or institutions in the country and internationally. And this recognizes them, at the same time also confers a merit award and a certificate. Besides this second project, we also have what we call as the Srimati Premila Bain Laxmichan Kuwarji Nanji Kenya Parivar, who has instituted the free loan scholarship. That is, it's an interest-free loan scholarship for those students aspiring for foreign education who dream to go internationally to any country. So that has also been doing very well. This organization has conducted many soft skill training programs in the past in the suburbs of Mumbai, central, western suburb, center Mumbai and south Mumbai, and different parts. Even some have even been out of Mumbai. Lately, during the lockdown, about 7 months back, it thought, after a month of the lockdown had started, that this is not the right way, that we are all sitting at home without anything to do in despair and the uncertainty. And therefore it thought, why not have educational programs, training programs, which will prepare the students for the 21st century. Of course, there are many other training programs which are offered by other organizations, like many international universities also offer them and international organizations. But our own community thought that we must also tap the resources of our own community and impart this education. And therefore we had series of such sessions which are there all on YouTube. We have 125 plus YouTube videos, almost 120 plus, and these range from digital marketing, e-commerce, entrepreneurship, management, coding. You also have app development, languages like Mandarin, Sanskrit. Uh, Also, we have French. We also conducted sessions on financial literacy, infographics, parenting, many such sessions which would be helpful to women and young girls. We have all these videos on the YouTube, and there are innumerable people who are viewing them. We also have the series of tips from toppers and tips from champions. Saturday afternoon series of tips from champions national and tips from champions international in the evening at this time. We definitely believe that they have excelled and met so many challenges, and they are there with us today. They are able to network, they're able to help support the junior students, support the KVO community from there as well as while there. On Sunday, we have Apna Time Aayega. Apna Time Aayega is a networking and presentation of the stories of young entrepreneurs, different stories, different journeys. Also, those where the entrepreneurial journey has been uh, past old, but they have diversified and contributed immensely to their own development. Only those who develop and excel for themselves are the ones who can contribute and think of others. So we are very happy to even showcase Apna Time Aayega. Today we are right now met for a very important series, that is Tips from Toppers International. And I'm sure at the end of this session, you will realize that all these three sitting miles away, they are oceans apart and in different countries. However, they are so eager to part with their journey and share their challenges, share their vision, and share how much they've achieved. So I'm here to introduce Krupali Saroj Sailesh Deria from village Bhujpur, family who lives in Ghatkopar, and she herself currently is in Dallas, who's a software engineer. We have, welcome to you, Krupali. We have Sonam Chandrika Vijay Chera from village Gundala, and whose family is in Mumbai, and she's currently in Boston. Welcome to you, Sonam, and she is basically a toxicologist. So we'll learn more about your field also. Ami Rekha Bharat Dharod, welcome to you. She's from village Patri, family who lives in Dombivli, and she herself is in Vancouver, Canada. And she's a business analyst. So we have three people from different fields, and I'm sure the sharing of their journey is going to be immensely useful to us and to y'all who have been viewing now and then. Yes, Krupali, are you ready with your presentation?
Yes. Let me share my screen. So,
We need to see the big screen.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So firstly, I'd like to thank Ila ma'am, KVO Stanakwasi Jain Marjan, and Matushi Maniben Shivji Devji Kanya Kelawani Fund for having me here. My name is Krupali Saroj Shailesh Dedia, and currently I'm living in Dallas. I'm a software engineer at the Michaels companies. Let me just quickly introduce myself and show you what I've been through and done. So my schooling was at Udyachal High School in Godrej at Vikhroli, and then I was in the SIES Junior College in Sion. And I did my bachelor's here at Dallas, at the University of Texas at Dallas. I majored in computer science. So these are just like an overview of the extracurriculars that I've done during my school and junior college. So I thought these are important because like this was like the very important stage that actually molded my personality. And I would say, apart from just academics, everything else you do is also very important to becoming who I am today. So I played sports, and I love drawing and also to reading books. So just an overview. Um, then my journey at UTD started in 2016. I studied Bachelor's of Science in Computer Science. And I did a bunch of activities. I was a part of numerous clubs, met many different people from different cultures, and got to know things about India that I had never known when I was staying in Mumbai, because you meet people from so many different cultures and states and backgrounds. Um, Next, I worked at the CS outreach program. That was my first job here at UTD. So I worked as an instructor where I had to teach elementary school and middle school students computer programming. Next, I worked as a computer lab assistant, where we were just maintaining the labs and helping people with any IT issues. Later in my junior year, I got my first internship at the REC Foundation as a mobile application developer intern. And the following summer, I interned at CBRE as a software developer. Earlier this year, I interned at Mavenir as a software engineer intern. So, and currently I'm working as a software engineer at the Michaels company. So I was lucky enough to get internships during my 4-year course. And that helped me gain a lot of experience and like real life experience on what I was actually learning at college. So this is just a picture of one of my internships at CBRE, and that's my team. Yeah, now the main part, the challenges that I faced. So while I was coming here at 2016, I hardly knew anyone who had done bachelor's in the States before. I had hardly anyone who could like actually show me or guide me what it is like. um, I did not know many people in the States. I do not have any family up here in the States. So it was, I did not know many people. All I knew were the people that friends of friends and stuff. But at this point, KVO helped me a lot. They connected me to the Kachis in Dallas. I would especially like to thank Arun Uncle that helped me with every step, like with everything that I did in Dallas. From the time I landed, he was there to pick me up, took me to his house, and helped me whenever. So I was get helped me to let me stay at his house whenever I had problems, or guided me for in every stage. So thank you, Arun Uncle. Yeah, and challenges faced. One of the biggest challenge that everyone faces here is to get internships or jobs. Like, but while I first came here, I had no idea like how to build a resume, or what. I didn't know people who actually worked. uh, I didn't know what I needed to do to get internships or jobs, or even on campus jobs. I had no idea. And while people around me, i I had people from masters around me, so they had friends who were seniors and stuff, so they already knew what was going on and what they needed to do once they landed here, which was not the same in case for me. And also another was culture shock. The education system changes, the people change. So for me, I had hardly any Indians in my course or in my class. So I had to kind of deal with stuff, acads on my own. So it was a big culture shock, but yeah, I did settle in a few days. Um, okay, so lessons learned. One big lesson I learned that I need to believe everyone needs to believe in themselves. So we underestimate ourselves a lot, and we think that we cannot do it, but you do not know what power you have, so you just believe in yourself. Secondly, yeah, having people around, maintaining good relations with them is very, very important, because in crisis or even in good times, these are the people that will help you or be with you to in your happiness and sadness. So maintaining good relations is very important. Networking with, so the day everyone sets foot in the US, all we hear is please network, get to know me, more people. It's helpful, and not only for jobs. So don't just network to get a job, but network to get more knowledge, get to know different things. So you get to know people from different fields and not just your field, and you'll get a lot of knowledge and learn from their experiences as well. Grab every opportunity. So don't let any opportunity go. Just try everything that comes your way. You would never know where you'll end up. So I participated in an hackathon in 2017, and I got to meet recruiters from Amazon and Microsoft that then gave me interviews for their company. But participating in that hackathon is what helped me do that. So grab every opportunity. You don't know where you will lead up. Ask for help. Okay, so when I started interning, for my first internship, I didn't have much experience, and honestly, I was in my junior year, so I wasn't that well versed with the technologies the company was using. But I was very shy. I felt scared to ask if I needed anything, and I tried to figure things out on my own. I always ended up Googling stuff and trying to find my own way. But I learned that ask for help. Just asking my teammates or asking my manager for help. I got to learn a lot from them, and they were never like they never judged me for not knowing stuff, because I was an intern and I was a junior, so they always helped me. And also I got to learn more from them. So ask for help, and that's not just in the technical aspect. Even like in life, just ask for help. You never know until you ask that who can help you and do wonders. So yeah. And one big thing I've learned after coming here is being persistent. You'll fail a number of times. There'll be times where you don't feel like doing stuff, but you have to be persistent and you do not have an option. So just be persistent. I would like to, so this is my contact info, and just feel free if anyone needs any help from me in any way, so I could help.
Yeah, you'll have to stop share. That was very interesting. I think you brought out the new nitty-gritties of undergraduate graduate education in the US, especially when you do not know things and people. But yes, the KVO network is very strong, and therefore you were able to meet Arun Bhai and were able to contact other KVOs. Very happy that you have mentioned their names. Yes, Sonam, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
We can.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So my name is Sonam Chandrika Vijay Chheda. And first of all, before starting the presentation, I would like to thank Dr. Ila Deria for giving me opportunity to speak and to pass on my journey to students and parents who are like who want their students or their children to excel in life. So Yes, thank you so much. And I have been part of KVO since childhood. I have attended their seminars. I have listened to so many speakers and experienced professions there. And today I'm getting this opportunity. So I'm very much thankful to everyone, even my parents, for, making me capable of doing this. So starting with this, so basically, as Ila ma'am said, that I'm a toxicologist. So it's like I'm a toxicologist. So I'm a person who basically makes sure that before a drug or a medical device is entered into the market or is marketed, those products are safe for the patients, are safe for the doctors to use, or whoever is touching that drug or touching that medical device is safe, and it doesn't cause any harm to that person. So I'm a person who actually rates that safety and pass it on to FDA, so that telling them that this is good and it is good to go. It's like being an inspector to, medical devices where you have to give red signal or green signal. So this is what I do as a toxicologist. So before starting to that, I started my journey by doing bachelor's in pharmacy from NMIMS University, and then I did my MBA in pharma marketing as my majors and operations and as my minor from NMIMS University. Then I came to Boston. I did my master's in regulatory affairs from Northeastern University. That was my second master's. And currently I'm doing my third master's, which is professional MBA in healthcare management. So this is about me. Right now also I'm studying, and I wish to continue studying and learning. And before starting with the presentation, as Krupali mentioned rightly, that whatever struggles we all face in USA are all same. Everyone has same struggles. So today I am not going to talk about my struggles which I faced in USA, but I'm going to talk about the struggles which I faced from the start of my journey as a student in India. Because that's what is like, when you start your journey, you want to know what are the things you have to be updated so that you don't face same struggles. So I will share you some tips from the start, from your 10th grade or 12th grade, which you can implement right now, and you can, try to build yourself in a way that you want to succeed in life. So since I am a toxicologist and my background is pharmacy, medicines, everything, so I am just going to give you one example of drug development, how a drug is developed on the basis, and then relate that to your life, how you are developed in your life. So typically when a drug molecule is discovered, it takes 14 years for that molecule to get approved and come into the market. So today paracetamol which you are eating or crocin which you are eating takes like 14-15 years to come. Same way your journey right from 10th grade to your going to office and working successfully takes 20 years, 15 years. It's not like in 1 year you are going to be successful. So you have to give lots of exams, get drilled through, and then you are successful someday. So I would say you are the drug you need. That's how I'm going to start the presentation. And now I'm going to tell you the steps with the tips which I would want everyone to have that. So first step is the drug discovery when you are doing a drug development. But we are not going to go with the drug development. We are talking about your development, which is self-discovery. So basically when you are in school, you don't care about, what you want to do in future. But as you come in 10th grade, you have to decide what is the course you want to take, which is the stream you want to go. And that is a crucial phase where, it's very scary. People give you 10 options. You have so many people giving you suggestions, but it's difficult for a person to know what to do and how to select the option. So for that, I would just give you some tips that when you are in 10th grade or 12th grade, go and talk to your seniors as much as possible, because you always have aim that you want to become a doctor, but just become a doctor. No, there are so many things to become a doctor. Like you can become so many types of doctor. You want to be engineer? No, there is not just being engineering. You can do either computer engineering, software engineering. Like there are so many types of engineering attached to it. So you don't know that. You just have an aim, but you don't know where to pursue that aim. So that's what I would say, like just talk to your seniors and don't talk to your immediate seniors because they are also growing. So talk to seniors who are 5 years older to you. Find them. And how to find them? Go make your LinkedIn profile. Search for the people of your career interest which you want and add them. Talk to them. Ask them suggestions. And this, I would say, when you are at age of 18, please don't focus on making a Facebook profile or Instagram profile. That is going to help you socialize. But LinkedIn profile will help you, with your job search or, with your career. It basically having a good LinkedIn profile in USA is a big thing. All the people, students right now working in USA have really good LinkedIn profile and they are very up to date on LinkedIn. So if you want to be up to date at the age of 18, make a good LinkedIn profile and try updating it at each stage of your life in every grade you go. Next thing is try giving as much as aptitude test as you can, because every time you give aptitude test, it helps your brain think better. You can explore many things out of it. So I would say giving aptitude test when you are in 10th grade, 12th grade helps you a lot. And last thing is go get counseling to broaden your arena, because there are so many fields which are untouched and you don't know about that. You can become this, you can become that. So yeah, talking with people, talking with professions helps. So this you have to start when you at early age, when you are like 16 years old or 18 years old. Second step of life is exams. You always have exams, right? When you are in school, when you want to come international, you have to give all the international exams to, come to USA, come here, again, give exams. Exams are very important, but I would say they are not like, you have to take them seriously, but never be demotivated if you don't score good in exam, because everyone has like subjects which they like and subjects which they don't like. But I would consider you should not like or dislike a subject. It's like having a weak subject and your strong subject. So basically, strong subjects will determine your strength as a student, and weak subject will determine your weakness. But your aim should be to convert your strength into, convert your weakness into a strength. There is a typo there. So basically, I would give you one example. So when I was doing my bachelor in pharmacy in NMIMS, like I had like chemistry was my main subject to focus on, to understand all the molecules, their structure, everything. So I had chemistry 1, chemistry 2, chemistry 3, and so on in every year of my bachelor's. But in chemistry 1, I failed. That was my first failure of life. And after that, I started hating that subject. I started not liking that subject. But actually, to clear the subject, I had to again give the exam, and I studied a lot and I made sure that I cleared the exam. I got really good grades in giving chemistry. And yeah, it was good. But then forever till I graduated, I disliked chemistry and I hated it. Though I was very good in chemistry, I scored like really good marks in chemistry, but I disliked that subject. So yeah, so that's what it is. Why I am telling you this? Because today I am a toxicologist who basically deals with chemistry. Like I have to, analyze each molecule which is there in the drug or medical device, and every day I have to, just do chemistry. But the subject I used to hate, but right now I'm working as a chemist, I'm working as a toxicologist, and I'm just doing chemistry all my life. So, it's like you hate the subject, but still it is like, it's not something you hate, it is something you understand, how much you are understanding from it. So remember your weakness, you can convert it into your strength. Next is your results. Never get disappointed if you get low grades, because that's not important. What important is how much percent do you know from the subject you are studying, or from the course you are studying, then how much percent you are scoring, because scores are only, marks are only where it will lead you to a good university. That's just path to a good university. Whenever someone is telling you have to score 91 plus in your 10th grade, means you want to go to good university, have a good career. But that doesn't stop you from even 50% person, if he wants to pursue something like arts, can pursue and become successful there. So results and percentage are on you. Whatever you want to choose as a career, whichever university you want to go, just it defines that. So you don't have to worry about marks. If you know that you can go in Mumbai University and still work with a Harvard University student. Today, everyone who graduated from Mumbai University are in USA, are working in Apple, and people in Apple also are from Harvard University. So that doesn't define that you either come from Mumbai University or Harvard University or wherever you are. Thing is how much you know and how much can you excel and how much subjects you know That's important. So that's what I would say, that results are just numbers. Don't take them seriously. Like, make sure that you know things thoroughly what you are studying. Next is your graduation. That's the most important day of your life. Please, I have seen people in India not taking graduation seriously and not going and attending the graduation ceremony. You have to go and attend. You have to give yourself importance, because it's like you're getting married. The big day which you wait for, you should always wait for your graduation day in your life, because that's the best time of your life where you are alone, proud of yourself, and you make your family and friends proud. So that's the day you should wait for, and you should work for that day and get a graduation degree. So go do masters, take a grad walk, you'll feel very good. And this is the time when you are graduating that you are going to be displayed in market with your job search and with your resumes. So it's a crucial phase of your life. So that's what tip I'm going to give you, that this is the time you start making your resume. Because resume at age of, like, the moment you do your bachelor's, complete your bachelor's, make sure you have resume at every stage of your life. Though it is not required, you are not searching for the job, but making resume is something which is very important in today's youth, because that helps you in having the skills, what to add in resume, what type of words you want to use, how to mold your resume. That's like very big thing in USA. If you want a job, you have to have a very good resume, which is like just one page, but you have to explain and market yourself so well in that one page that they see your resume and they are going to call you for interview. You get interview, you have to then just crack the interview. But first, getting the call for interview is the main thing. So resume building is must in every stage of life. Like in 10th grade, make your resume. Show it to your teacher or to someone whom you know. Like in every grade, make resume and keep. Compare and may try to improve every time you make resume. So that's what resume building should be there. Like you guys should start doing resume building. So that's what I have learned. These are the tips I would like to give, like making LinkedIn profile, making resume from scratch, like at all the grades, is what I have learned, and that helps me in USA in international journey, because in India we don't have that much significance for things like that, but here they are very particular. International, you have to be like having LinkedIn. Older LinkedIn, better your LinkedIn looks like. Old the resume and keep on updating it gets better day by day. So that's what I have learned in my journey. So all these things will ultimately lead to a success. I am sure the success of making a resume and getting a call from a resume for your interview is what you need. And then you have your knowledge, whatever you have learned, that's how you are going to crack your interview. So that's another story. So my learnings in this entire journey of mine and in USA is that I have learned one thing, that life is uncertain. Your bachelor's will not determine your career. So you do bachelor's in, like I did bachelor in pharmacy, but I'm working as a toxicologist. So I should have done bachelor's in chemistry. Why did I do bachelor's in pharmacy then? So basically my life went weird way. I did different masters and I'm working differently somewhere. So basically it's a broad world and it's a broad stream. Wherever you go, you have like so many innumerable branches you don't know of. You be engineer, you be doctor, but it's like it's uncertain. You can't be a doctor. You have to be specialized, and you can, So basically, your bachelor is not going to determine your career. Next is career has many direction, and you cannot predetermine yourself. So yeah, for that, you have to know your personality thoroughly well. So it's you who can, mold your career. Try to understand yourself at early age. What do you like? What type of person you are? Are you a management person? Are you a socializer? Are you a technical person? Are you a sports person? Do you like chemistry, biology? You have to understand, get that personality out of you and then make a career, because the personality career will make you happy person in life and you will work good there. But just because someone is telling all your friends are taking engineering and you took engineering, you will never be happy and you'll always curse going to office that, oh, I have to go to office tomorrow, I have to work this. So never do that. Make sure you select your career based on your personality. And so my journey, I will now talk that, I started from bachelor's of pharmacy. So I migrated in working in, like, from start, I wanted to be under medicines, drugs, and biologics and medical devices. So I chose pharmacy. So my goal was clear that I want to be related to these things. So I migrated in from working in pharmaceutical manufacturing plant. Then I worked in pharmaceutical marketing department. Then I worked in pharmaceutical regulatory affairs department. Then recently I was working in pharmaceutical operation department, but today I'm working as a toxicologist. So my transitions, I have worked in entire pharma departments. Like, you talk about any department, I have worked everywhere. Today I'm also handling pharmaceutical financial department with my company where I'm working as a toxicologist. So basically, I am like all-rounded in pharma industry then. I have worked from all the chains, but I started with a bachelor in pharmacy. That's why I was able to do this. So bachelor is important state in your life. Masters is also, but bachelor is something you have to be very serious when you are doing your bachelor's. So lastly, I would like to conclude that currently I am the youngest study director in my company. So I'm working as a study director. I'm a lead in directing different studies for safety and efficacy of drugs, biologics. And my position with which I'm working basically requires a PhD candidate. Like, I have to be doctor to become this toxicologist. So toxicologists are always doctors. But I don't have a doctor degree. But still, I am sitting and eating with PhD colleagues every day. My all colleagues with whom I'm working are all doctors. Everyone's name starts with a doctor, but mine doesn't. But still, I got the job. Why? Because maybe I have vast chemistry knowledge. Maybe that failure in chemistry subject led me to study more chemistry and, excel in chemistry, though I disliked chemistry. And therefore, you should always remember that degree is not the end point. Your marks score is not your decision maker. You getting the offer letter is not the victory. But waking up early morning with a smile and eager to reach to your workplace, sipping a coffee and talking wisdom is your real possession of life, and you should wait for that day. So strive for that day, and that's what I would like to tell to all the students there and parents there, that don't push your kids too hard. Let them figure their personality out and let them, find the best in them. So thank you.
Yeah, you'll have to stop share.
Yeah.
Yes, Sonam, it was really nice listening to you. Full of energy and full of knowledge. And I'm sure this will take you much ahead.
Thank you.
Yes. Now we have Ami. Ami, are you ready? You are on mute, Ami. Ami, you have to unmute.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
No, I think you've not shared screen.
Can you see now?
Yeah. Yes. Now we can. Just go to the slideshow. Yeah.
Firstly, I would like to thank everyone and good evening to everyone. I would like to start thanking Ila ma'am. Thank you for giving us this opportunity, a platform where we can showcase our excellence, how we reached here, what hurdles we faced. Thank you so much. Secondly, I would like to thank MMSDKF for such a good work and encouraging juniors to start their journey, to leave their dream and never giving up. So my name is Ami Rekha Bharat Darod. I am from Patri. Currently, I live in Vancouver, Canada, and I am senior business system analyst. So my story is not different or not less than anyone else. Like Sonam and Krupali said, everyone has to face each or every hurdle to reach somewhere. So right now also the juniors who are listening to me, I understand they are also facing many battles in some or the other way. You have to face it, each battle, the every stage of your life. So start facing it. To start with, dream. It all started with a dream. When I was in standard, when I was pursuing my bachelor's, I had a dream to study in foreign university, settle abroad, to explore and enhance my skills, expertise. So it all started with it. But then dream is just a dream. How do we achieve it? After dreaming, what next I have to do? So same, I faced the another thing. How do I fulfill my dream? The questions running in my mind. What country to choose? What course should I choose? What duration of the course? How about the finances? How will my parents manage the finances? As most of our people, being from a middle class family, finance is the most important thing what we think about every time when we, think about studies, think about career. So that is the most important thing. And the last thing, I was like, whom do I talk about my dream? Where do I go? How do I do? And all these questions running in my mind. There was no answer to these questions. So my dreams just remain a dream, and I stopped there and there. Furthermost, I accepted a job, the biggest mistake of my life. I didn't think about my dream more. I didn't explore it. I stopped it, accepted a job, and started working in three different companies for 4 years. And then in the fourth year, when I was working, I was not at all happy. I was completely demotivated. What am I doing? Why am I doing? I don't know. And then when I started thinking, from the year I started a job till the fourth year, what have I learned? I evaluated myself, where I am, and I came to the conclusion, since 4 years, I am at the first ladder only, no growth, nothing, completely demotivated. What about my dream? What did I do? What did I achieve? How do I achieve? What is my goal? Nothing. I was completely clueless. And then I started where I stopped, talking to someone. So I learned, compromise for your dream, but never compromise on your dream. So I started where I stopped. I started talking to people. First, foremost, I spoke to my cousin, Gunjan Kamlesh Dedia, who is in US. He's the biggest supporter, I would say, to, boost me to achieve my dream, the first step towards my dream. I spoke to him about my dream. I spoke how unhappy I was, how demotivated I was. He just said one thing, Ami, it's high time. Pull up your socks, just think about it, and just come to US. Explore what you want to do, think what you want to do, how you want to do. And then I spoke to my dad about it. My dad only had one question: do you want to do this? Do you want to go abroad? I just said yes, without even giving a second thought. And my dad, I was shocked to hear from him. My dad just said, okay, then let's start. I was so happy, and I'm like, I was clueless. What's happening? Is it true? I don't know, but it happened. And I was so happy. The next thing I did was, the very next day, I resigned from my job. Better late than never. After resigning a job, I was so happy because to I was starting a journey to leave my dream. And then the very next day, after quitting the job, I enrolled for IELTS. I started preparing for IELTS, for my student IELTS, and then applying to universities in Canada and US. I've applied in universities in US as well as in Canada, because I was not sure should I go to Canada or US, because those are two different countries. They have their own different laws and systems and immigration thing. So at last I had to choose. I was accepted in both the universities in US and Canada. And there was a part where I came where I had to choose Canada versus US. I started evaluating what is the thing, what what country will help us me to achieve closer to my goal, achieve my dream. So I chose Canada. There are the two reasons I chose Canada, because first thing is, as I told, coming from a middle class family, managing finances is the first topmost priority, along with achieving a dream. I didn't wanted to burden my father or stress himself with investing a lot of money. So I wanted to do my part-time job while I study. So I perceived a part-time job while I was studying. So in Canada, there is a rule that you can work 20 hours a week along with your studies. So you can work outside off campus as well as on campus. So I chose Canada. Um, and this was the step that led my dream to turn into goal. A dream becomes a goal when action is taken towards its achievement. And this started a new chapter of my life in Canada. As Sonam and Krupali already mentioned, everybody has to face the struggle, the challenges when they move to a different country. So first foremost, life without family. We have habit of seeing father, mother, each new, faces daily. They help in everything. We never have a habit of living alone. So first foremost thing everybody faces is homesickness. Home, like you're totally alone. You have to do your studies, you have to work, you have to do your household stuff. You miss every one of them, because we have a habit of seeing all those phases daily. When we enter a house, we have habit of seeing mom, we have habit of seeing father. It's like completely totally new thing, new people around here, new culture, climate, everything new. Back in India, we know everything, we see the people daily, our neighbors, we talk to them, our friends, our relatives. But here, new people, new culture, totally new thinking. And it's always said that Western culture, definitely it is different from our Indian culture. And then making new friends. When I landed in Canada, I knew no one here, no one, completely no one. I only spoke to a guy on a WhatsApp for my uh, house. Where do I stay? Sharing house and all. That's it. I didn't know anyone else. So for me, it was starting from a scratch, making, networking, talking to people, making new friends. How do I start? Where do I start? And then education, the foremost important thing. The education in India is completely different than compared to education here, because in India we run behind percentages. Here we run behind GPAs. If we don't maintain our GPAs, you will not graduate. You will not land up to a good job. So GPA and percentage, totally different thing. So completely different education system. It was, I'm lucky to explore that. I learned a lot of things. And then landing a part-time job along with studies. So in India, we used to just study, and then we don't have to work, and as we stay with our family, so no responsibility kind of thing. But when you start staying alone, you become responsible, independent. You have to manage your finances, you have to pay your bills. So part-time job led me to complete all these activities. I became independent. I was able to pay my bills on time and everything. The most and foremost thing hit when I completed my graduation and I was waiting for my work permit. I lost my father in 2017, and the most thing I will ever, regret in my life is I couldn't even go back to India because I didn't had my passport with me. It was with Canadian immigration for stamping. I know it is very big thing. It's like you have given up everything to achieve your dream. But this is what it is. You lose things, you gain things. So this is part and parcel of life. My father always taught me one thing: life never stops. You have to move on. Like in movies, it is always said that picture abhi baki hai. So life just goes on. You cannot stop. You have to, start running with the life. And then I lost my father on Saturday in October 2017. I had a final interview call on Monday. So I was totally lost and I didn't know what to do. my friend suggested I should not inform them, and I should not, appear for my full-time job interview. But I said no. If my father would have been here, if anything would have happened like this, he would have always said, please go ahead, give the interview. Life never stops, because God is giving you an opportunity. This is what I wanted to do, and that's why I'm here for. He invested a lot of time, a lot of money behind me. He worked hard for me, and it's time where I should accept this opportunity. So I gave the interview on Monday, and at that time I used to stay in Calgary. It was winter and it was minus 35 degrees. I was going to work, and on the way to my office, I was giving my interview to the COO of the company. But that guy, actually, he was supposed to call me at 12 o'clock noon, but he called me 8:30 in the morning, and I was traveling. I was completely in a state of shock, missing my father, giving interview on the other hand. And I don't even know what did I speak in my interview. I don't even remember that. And what happened was, that guy was like, he didn't like me. He spoke to my manager. He said, no, I didn't like her. But my manager was adamant, because she has worked with me closely, and she wanted me, offering me a full-time permanent job. um, and then my manager spoke to the entire management team. So the outcome was, I had to give one more interview with CEO of the company. So after a few days, CEO called me for an interview. I gave 45 minutes of interview with him. He was impressed, and I landed to a full-time permanent job, which today I am working with Snap Financial. It was hard, it was tough, but the only thing I learned was never, never give up. And I never gave up. This challenge to overcome. Another challenge in front of me was getting a permanent residency of Canada, because after getting a job few months later, my work permit was about to expire. So I had already applied my permanent residency of Canada, and it was about to expire in March 2018. And then I got like I completed my, I was already in full-time permanent job. My points, my immigration points for permanent residency, I got an invitation from Canadian immigration, saying that you have been invited for applying to permanent residency. So it was a challenge again, because I was afraid, what if I don't get an invite? I had to leave the country and go back. I had to leave my job. But then again, I had a faith. I never gave up. I never gave up. I had a hope. Something will work out. It worked out. Today, I'm a permanent resident of Canada. So here are some tips. What I learned from my journey is never, never give up. Never give up. You will face challenges. You will face downturns. But life give you chances at every point. So just never give up. When you're working hard, just move heaven and earth to achieve your goal. Do whatever you can, day and night. Spend all your time in achieving your goal. Learn from others' mistakes. We hear, we see parents, we see our friends. We learn from those mistakes. Don't repeat it. Be a leader, not a follower. Just do what you want to do. Don't follow your friends, or don't follow what anybody else says. Stay focused and be flexible. Focus to your goal, and flexible being change to the environment, change to anything except the changes in your life, and just move on. And most important thing, which I till date follow, is evaluate yourself. Every year, keep evaluating yourself. Where were you last year? Where are you today? What you learned, and how far have you come? So keep learning, keep learning. This will help you grow in your life. Most And the last thing which I will suggest, stay humble and keep smiling as always. So I read from Elon Musk that failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating. So even if you fail, it's okay. Learn from your failures. Start working on it. Do not repeat the mistakes. And here is my contact email ID. If you have any questions, comments, just reach out to me. I am happy to help. And finally, I would like to thank you, Matushri Manibai Shivji Devji Kanya Kevalwani Fund, to give me this opportunity to speak about myself, to motivate other juniors. We always get an opportunity to thank, but we never thank our parents. So here I would like to thank my mom, my dad, and my brother for standing next to me, supporting me at every stage of my life. So a big thank you. This is very less things I am doing, but I cannot pay you back, but this is all I can do is thank you.
It isn't. Just a minute. It's got stuck. Okay. I think I'm unable to get the. Just a minute. Just give me a minute. So I would just like to ask a question to three of y'all. My question to Krupali is if you can highlight a little on the value of undergraduation in the US. And my question to Ammi. Uh, okay, I'll come back to you later. Can we hear Krupali first?
Hello. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So, as I think, as Ami and Sonam said, that your bachelor's degree don't define your dreams. So even if you dream of something, um, just doing a bachelor's degree won't define it. You can achieve it. It's never too late. But I would say that um, doing a bachelor's degree in the States, I got an early start. um, the education system is definitely different, and you get to learn a lot. So I've met people from engineering colleges that say that they didn't end up learning much. But that's not the same with me. For my bachelor's, it was very intensive. My assignments were really, really intensive, and I got hands-on experience with internships and on-campus jobs. So it was very helpful, and I got an early start. So I started working at the age of 22 here in the States. So it was an early start, but it's never too late to achieve your dreams. Even if you don't do your bachelor's here, you can always come for masters and start your journey. So yeah.
That of course students can come from masters. My point was, what is the advantage of doing an undergraduation there? Because undergraduation would be more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your voice is cracking. I couldn't hear.
I said undergraduation would be more expensive also. Am I audible?
That's right. So yeah. So yeah, undergrad is double as much as you pay for masters, that's for sure. But also you get an early start, right? I For people who come for masters, if they are freshers, they start working at the age of 24, and uh, if they've taken some work experience and have come here, they add a couple more years and then they start working in the States. But while I start getting work experience and start earning at the early age of 22, and I'm working the same job any master's student would work after completing their degree. So it's an early start, and if you can afford it, it's a very good decision because you can always earn the money in the coming years. And but if I would say, if you can afford it, it's a very good decision. And there are also numerous scholarships that colleges give out um, to fund education, and also you get internships. So it's for financially, if you do it, it's worth it. And I would uh, just tell everyone to do bachelor's here in whatever field they like.
So, Ami, my question to you is, besides the weather condition in Canada, how would you rate the education in Canada?
I would, when it comes to rating education in Canada out of 10, I will give it 8.5. It is amazing experience. It is totally different. It is not different than US, I will say. It is almost the same. But it is far more better than India. You actually get to see the competition. You enter the level of competition where you can explore your expertise, where you stand. Are you able to face that competition? And you pull up your socks, you start running with the crowd, and you are the part of that competition. So I will give a rate 8.5, and I learned a lot. It was my good decision to study abroad, and I will say that I finally achieved my dream.
My question to Krupali. This is a question from Sanjay Shah, who is the donor trustee of this organization. How did you decide on the course and the university? What was your backup plan?
So my backup plan was doing engineering in Mumbai. My course, and so I did go to some what do we say, consultancy or counselors that helped me pick universities. Also, so my main motivation to come here was my dad. So my dad was the one who researched about education in the US, and then he found out it would be a great opportunity. And he was the one who actually came up with the idea and asked me if I want to do it. So the main motivation for me was my dad. The course, I always wanted to do computer science. So I had taken up computer science for my junior college vocational subject, and that's where my interest grew. And I always knew that I wanted to do engineering in computer science. So that's where my major was decided. But university, I did go to a counselor institution, and because I had no connections. But I would like to suggest to people that talk to people who are already in the US for universities. Touchwood, I'm very lucky that I didn't end up in some bad university, but you don't know the situation here. There are some universities that are not state universities, and that are not accepted by some companies. So talk to people who are already here, and then make the decision on various factors, like what are the job opportunities in the location. So the uh, how good a college is, it definitely matters, but what matters is also the location, and people, if you'll get support, if you have people around you. So just talk to people before you decide on doing.
Yeah, Sonam, there's a question from Sanjay Bhai for you. Are you familiar with molecules valuation study? What should be the study path?
So I am, yes, I'm. So what should be the study?
Path, the pathway to study. Pathway, the route to
Okay.
study.
So molecule study, right?
For molecules valuation study.
Okay. So you want to know what courses should you take, or
Yeah, what courses should you take?
so that depends. That's what I'm telling. For doing molecule pathway evaluation or something like that, you can either do biotechnology, masters in biotechnology. You can do masters in microbiology and still be in same route. Do masters in chemistry, or do masters in pharmacy, or anything which is related to chemistry. So anything which is related to chemistry will help in molecule evaluation plan or whatever. So right now I am working is I'm analyzing each molecule, and I'm finding out whether if a medical device is having certain like it has, suppose it has a oxygen in it, or oxygen is a gas. Okay, so it has a carbon molecule in it. Is that carbon safe for human interaction, or if human touches it, will it be safe enough? So the quantity should be important. It should not be about the quantity where it can lead to some side effects or something which, it can lead to skin rashes or something like that if you touch that medical device, or if you eat a molecule, if you eat a medicine, it should be very much this. So my thing is, I evaluate the compounds and I find out whether they are safe and in that margin limit which is set by US FDA. And there are other big organizations also, like in other countries also, which have their own part, but US FDA is the biggest. So that's what I do. So if you want to do something like that, that is known as molecule evaluation too. So if in that case, you can choose a science route and do something like this. But in USA, they prefer PhD candidates doing PhD in chemistry or PhD in something and having that degree. So that's what it is. I can't hear you. You are on mute.
Sorry. There is a question for you, Sonam. How was the pandemic? How has it impacted on your industry? It must be growing.
It is blowing. Like I'm telling you, I'm essential employee. I have a badge of essential employee. I have to go to work every day. And I am working more hours. And yeah, since 6 months, it's been so crazy that, I have in a week, I actually worked on Philips mask for different patients like asthma patients and then patients with other symptoms who would need different kind of masks. And I was working on that. And in a week, I had to complete 6 different project analysis for Philips. So every day there are new, because of COVID, there are so many different types of medical devices, so many different types of molecules which have come. And every day we are getting new things. So I have been very busy and my industry is booming currently. So yeah, we have a good opportunity right now, everyone who is in science. But yeah, so it's uncertain.
Yeah. Similarly, I think Krupali's industry is also blooming actually because of the COVID and the online and everything, the networking and everything has gone so much online. So I'm sure your industry is also booming. My question to the three of you: what was the biggest challenge that you faced when you were in the other country? What was the biggest challenge of all the challenges that you mentioned? Of course, the new people and the new work and work life and everything was new. But what you think was the biggest challenge as far as education was concerned and your profession was concerned?
When I say the biggest challenge for me when it comes to education was understanding the education system here, because it is totally different from back in India, where we study from our school, our colleges, we graduate, we do masters. Because I have done my masters back in India and then I was pursuing diploma here, so it is totally different. So first understanding the system, then understanding the GPA, then how we have to cope up with the studies. And another thing which, in India we just said copying during the exam, but not anything like other than plagiarism. Here, the new word which I learned was plagiarism, during assignments, during projects. So there was a surprise for me. Oh, what is a plagiarism? I don't know. But then what I got to know was plagiarism is something when when you make your assignments, when you make your project, it's just that you have to be very careful. The data you take from, put the data in your own words. Do not just copy paste it. Put the data in your own words. Copy or mention the link in your assignment from where you have got this data. So this is the plagiarism which I think was the biggest challenge for me. So assignments which I used to do, it took me longer time, but then at least I will say I was not part of that plagiarism. So I'm happy. That was the biggest challenge when it comes to education. And for job, for sure, job is the biggest challenge, no matter even if in India or even if here, because it is not that you apply in one company and you get a interview call. It's like you have to keep applying. You just say, oh, I applied 50 companies but I'm not getting response. I have been rejected by all 50. It's okay, just keep applying. Apply 100 companies, apply 200 companies. You will get 200 rejections, but after rejection there is one acceptance. So just never give up. So I will say these are the biggest challenges which everybody faces, but for me this was the one.
Yeah, even I would completely agree. As a student, when I was doing my master's, my biggest challenge was plagiarism. So I did my bachelor's from India, even master's from India, and I was in NMIMS University, which is also a plagiarism. They also check plagiarism when you submit a assignment or a report. But I don't know, they never, I used to copy paste then. All students do when they are in India, and they never caught me. But here, you can't copy paste anything from Wikipedia. So knowing that plagiarism, knowing how to put things in APA format, there are so many writing standard formats which we never learned in India. No one told us how to do it. And here, we had to do all by ourselves because we don't have any tutor here. We can't go and counsel anyone. So we had to learn everything from scratch on our own. So that's the biggest challenge. And here, assignments are like you have to write a report. You have to write 10 pages report when you're submitting something. So you have to type everything. You have to write from your own mind, whatever you have learned. You can't copy paste. The idea has to be just given in reference, but you have to do it on your own. So it was time consuming. You have to learn a lot. You have to do lots of reading. And that's why you should like reading. So that was one of my challenges. And secondly, while working, every time, whenever I appeared for a job interview, it's very difficult here. There are 5-6 rounds of interview which are attached to your every single interview. So initial round is always easy, but then when you have to go through other rounds, you have to have really vast technical knowledge of whatever you are applying at. So it's very difficult here to, work-wise also, you have to have the best technical knowledge of field where you are applying, and you should know every detail. Though you are not CEO, not applying for CEO or director position, but they expect you to have same knowledge which a director of the company also has. So that's very crucial. That's what I have faced the challenge, and it's very difficult for us. So you have to keep on reading and be very thorough with your profession.
The challenge I faced was landing my first internship. Like, you do not have an idea what the companies expect, what kind of resume are you doing good on your resume, or is that clicking, or is it being noticed? So landing a first job is very difficult. Once you have got some experience, it becomes a bit easy. So yeah, landing a first job is really difficult.
So I think all of you all have had those challenges which are very common, especially in the education internationally, where a lot of originality is expected, and is expected that you work on your own self rather than taking support. You can ask questions, you can clarify doubts, but you have to do it yourself. And as far as your jobs, I think the applications and reapplications and the never give up attitude which had to sustain in all of you.
Yeah.
The next question is, you all may have been traveling to India also. Yes, once in a while.
Yes.
How do you see India now? What do you think are the changes that you would like to, after having got an exposure internationally? What are the changes that you now look out for? Of course, there would be many things that you still love, you long to be here. But still, what are those things that you would like to change?
When it comes to change, first I will say in India, people are taking degree just for granted. Degree is degree. Okay, we are just starting to pass the exam. There is no seriousness. Assignment, oh, we can do this, we can just copy paste it, nobody's gonna see, we just need marks. But then those seriousness. But then today I can till date remember the assignments, the projects which I did here in universities, because I seriously put 200% of myself in it. Because you have to be serious here, because your assignments are, as I said, plagiarism. The fear of plagiarism was so high that I put my 200%. And till date I remember what assignment I did, what I wrote, how I wrote, how many pages I wrote. So I think the confidence level increases. So in India, I want, like, the students, the juniors, whoever is listening, the confidence level, do whatever you want to do, but put your 100% in it. Whether it is studies, whether it is choosing career, or whether it is choosing a job, just don't go for job saying that, oh, I'm getting a job, I will be get paid, तो अभी चलेगा, तो अभी के लिए ले लेता हूँ, तो अभी एटलीस्ट पैसे बनेंगे. नो, नेवर नेवर टेक इट फॉर ग्रांटेड. It's just, you have to be serious in your life. So that thing I would like to change.
Yeah, even I have mentioned in my presentation same things like having a LinkedIn account, which no one in India takes it seriously. Like I would want teenagers, like at age of 10th grade, 12th grade, I would want them to see on LinkedIn rather than seeing them on socials. So social trend I would like to change in India, because there is lots of Facebook, Instagram, which here when you meet anyone who is 16 years old or 18 years old doesn't have social accounts like Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp. In fact, they just use iMessage to converse. But in India, I have seen all the kids having those social handles and social Instagram, and that's what I would like to change, because that's not our focus right now. You are at age of growing, you socialize, go out, go meet friends, do all that, but don't have social accounts. Have LinkedIn social accounts if you want to, and parents should motivate them and build a good LinkedIn account. That's what I would want to promote, because I have seen people having LinkedIn accounts in India and they don't use it to show their career. They just use to post any random thing in India. They just don't know the importance of LinkedIn. They just use it like a Facebook. So it's not a Facebook, and you have to make sure you have a LinkedIn account. You have lots of good profession contacts on LinkedIn account. And secondly is resume building, because in India, resume doesn't get you a job. Your referrals or your contacts with people get you an interview. That's what I would like to change. There is no system which detects a resume and you get a call because some key highlights of your words are there in the resume, and that's why company or manager is calling you. They are just calling you because you are referred by someone, or there's someone working in the company who wants you to come in. So that's what I would like to change, that having a resume, having that software which detects a resume words, and you are selecting a candidate based on their skills and capabilities, which doesn't happen in India. Because in India, even I got job, I got through reference, I got through college placements, which was a good idea, but they never see your resume. They just see your academics and marks, and they just let you for the interview, which is what is not right.
I think one thing I'd like to change is the idea of working while studying, or the idea of doing internships while studying. That is, I think, very important. Just a part-time job is fine. Like our parents don't, they just like, if I would be in India, I wouldn't be working for sure while I was studying, because our parents are like, you need to focus on studies. But just a part-time job, you get to know so much about the outside world. You do not have an idea when you work. So when you work, you get to know so much more. And also the importance of doing an internship. The internships in India are very, I don't know if they are helpful, and it's like not technical. You don't get to learn a lot, but like looking for good internships, or being able for colleges also, I think they should approach companies for their students to hire interns, some technical internships and stuff like that. I think that it's very important to work while studying and get to know the outside world. So I'll say that.
So I think Krupali has had a very enriching experience with internships every year in the 4 years. And my next question is, what is your vision for yourself? All the yeah.
Okay. Vision for myself, when I see a vision, is keep learning at every stage, start like evaluating myself so that every year I should grow, because learning is not learning is keep growing. So failures, battles we fight every day, every stuff, because whatever you do, first you have to face is challenge, a battle to overcome it, and the fear to overcome it. So for me, my vision is to keep learning and growing.
Yeah. So my vision is like next time when I want to talk with everyone like KVO, I should have a doctor degree with my name. So that's what my vision, and I'm working towards it. So yeah, that's my vision. For now, it's very short-term vision, but yeah, I would want to complete my this masters and then start my PhD applications.
That's very nice to hear. I'm sure you will be
Ma-
able to achieve.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hope you get to do your PhD.
Yeah.
So my vision is never to settle or become comfortable in one place or in one job. I'd say always looking for more, like, and also not just looking for more, but also learning more out apart from the job. You need to self study, you need to keep improving your skills, but also never to settle or be comfortable in a place or in a job. So that's very dangerous. Once you get comfortable, you do not move on, you do not look for better opportunities. So yeah.
So, what is your, if you had to contribute to the KVO community, uh, how would you want to do it? How do you think you can contribute, especially through the organization MMSD KKF?
Um, like I would say, KVO Margin has helped me in every way, like giving me opportunities to, like, giving the platform to speak about myself. Also, I would say, I can be helpful in any way. I would be honored, because, and I will be ready to help. You just have to pick a phone and just give me a call. Ami, we need your help. I'm right here.
Yeah, same here. So I would definitely would love to, counsel students who want to come to USA, or not even USA, in India, if they want to have some help with their pharmacy or anything which I can be helpful. I am ready to help KVO if KVO will contact me, because I have been with KVO since childhood. I remember coming to KVO seminars, though I never used to like before. As a kid, you don't want to attend a seminar, you want to go and play. But then I remember those things have helped me right now. I have given my aptitude test with KVO. So that's how students understand, learn. So I would like to contribute in whichever way KVO wants to contact me. I am available. I am actually mentor at STIRME in India, which is a good platform for students. So I am doing lots of Indian work also. I'm working with lots of Indian companies. So I am happy to help KVO at any hour of the day, night, whenever they want to call, contact me. Apart from that, whoever wants to come to Boston, it's your new journey, new life. You need any help in Boston, whoever is coming, or any guidance. If you are coming to Northeastern University, I am there to help. So yeah, you can contact me. You can reach me out on LinkedIn, which I'll prefer that, and I will like everyone to have a LinkedIn.
Very nice, thank you. Yes, Krupali.
Yeah, I know. So for me, if Arun uncle wouldn't be there, I do not know where would I have been. So I know hosting people, how important it is. So I would be able to host anyone coming to Dallas, help in whatever way. Obviously, also for everyone in India, like if any career advice, I don't know. I've just done my bachelor's yet, but like related to US, or if they're thinking about future, if you're planning future to do bachelor's in US, or anything related to sports, drawing, please come to me. So yeah.
Definitely, we will approach all the three of y'all. My last question to the three of y'all is, how do you find the journey shared today? How was your experience in making your presentation and sharing it here?
It was very good. I will be honest, because when you asked me to put down it in PPT, and I was like, oh, I have to write about myself, because we have been, writing about all the successful people. We have been hearing about all the successful people, uh, and then writing about myself is like, when we say, oh, I know myself, but then actually you have to put it in words. I don't know what should I write about me, because I have to talk about myself. I love to do this, I love to do this, okay, fine, but apart from that, what? Because whatever I talk from, like, today in this session, there will be people, there will be juniors who will be looking at us and learning from us. So I have to put it in such way that whatever I faced and I learned, I overcome it, I should put that. So it was totally good experience and new, because when I was like in place of a junior who are right now, so I was also thinking I will be successful someday, and I will be giving such speech someday to, motivating juniors and motivational speech and all. But today I feel, very good, very confident, very honored that you gave us such a platform to put ourselves in our own shoes and tell people that what are we, how did we achieve it, and what different we did. So thank you. It's totally a good experience.
Thank you, Ami.
Yeah. So yeah, with me also, like I am right now, the way I'm working, what I'm working, lots of people in India in my family, no one is from this background and no one knows anything about pharmacy or toxicology. Everyone questions me, what are you doing? So I did my master's in regulatory affairs. Obviously, people don't understand what is this master's about. So today, with this platform, at least I could tell them, I could give them gist in layman words that, okay, I'm a toxicologist, I'm doing this. So it was very important for me so that people understand, and there is a profession known as toxicologist. So students know tomorrow that, okay, they can pursue something like this if they want to. There is an option where they can, work like that. So it's very important for me to know, make people understand in very layman terms, very simple terms with a presentation that, okay, I am doing this. And I'm sure, I hope my mom, dad now understand, because they always ask me, Koro Kahiyati. So I'm like, how to explain them. So it's difficult to explain everyone. So thanks for giving me this opportunity.
We are very happy to hear all the three of your journey also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all three
So-
came from an educational background. So that made it very interesting today.
Yeah.
That's true. So for me, it was amazing because this is the first time I actually sat
Has it frozen for her?
I
It's from
Yes.
I guess so, yeah.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
we can hear you. Repeat what
Okay,
you said.
okay. So I said that for me it's been amazing because it's the first time I actually sat down and looked back to the 4 years, what I've done and where I've come, and a very who I was, and today I've become.
Krupali, I think her network is given up.
Hear me? Oh my God, it's freezing.
Krupali, okay, thank you so much, Sonam, me, and Krupali. It's unfortunate that the last 2 minutes only Krupali's network had to go, and she was sharing something very important. So I thought of waiting. Yeah, Krupali.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Your network had frozen, so we did not hear the last one.
Yeah, it's freezing again and again, but I'll try again. So I'm saying that this is the first time I actually sat down and looked back on the 4 year journey that I have made. And I see myself 4 years back and myself, it's a lot. Good
Maybe you
food
can
and
keep your video off.
can you hear me?
I think you tried 3 times, but it is not happening.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine. Some other time.
Yeah, some other time. Thank you so much to all the 3 of you all, to Ami, Sonam, and Krupali. We wish you the very best in achieving your dreams, and we will contact you all in future as and when we require. Thank you very
Yep.
much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ila. Yep.
Thank you, Ila ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.